Los Angeles, California, NBC Studios, Burbank. Wednesday night, 11:30 p.m., March 1971. The Johnny Carson Show is taping live. Studio audience of about 200 people. Cameras rolling. Millions watching at home across America. This is the biggest talk show on television. Getting booked here means national exposure. Career opportunities. Bruce Lee sits on the guest couch. 30 years old, 5'7", 135, wearing a dark suit. Professional. He's here promoting martial arts. His school, his philosophy. Johnny Carson is the host. He's interested, asks good questions. Bruce is articulate, explaining how martial arts isn't just fighting, it's philosophy, self-improvement. The audience is engaged. This is going well. But there's a second guest, sitting on the other end of the couch. Mad Dog Miller, professional wrestler, 320 pounds, 6'5", enormous. He wrestles for the American Wrestling Association, plays the villain, the heel, the guy who cheats, who trash talks, who makes audiences hate him. That's his job. That's his character. Mad Dog is in character tonight, wearing his wrestling outfit under a jacket. His hair is wild. His expression is aggressive. He's been drinking before the show, not drunk, just loose, confident, ready to perform. Johnny Carson asks Bruce about martial arts effectiveness. Can these techniques really work in a real fight situation? Bruce says, yes, if trained properly. Martial arts at the highest level isn't about forms or performance. It's about understanding combat, understanding body mechanics, understanding how to be effective when everything goes wrong. Mad Dog laughs, loud, interrupting. Combat. You call that combat? I'll tell you what combat is. Wrestling. Real wrestling. Not your fancy kicks and punches. Wrestling. Grappling. Strength against strength. That's real. Johnny Carson tries to mediate. Keep it light. Well, Mad Dog, I think there's room for different approaches to it. Mad Dog interrupts again. No, there's not. Wrestling is the oldest sport in the world. Olympics. Thousands of years. Your kung fu is what? 50 years old? 100. It's new, untested. Wrestling has been proven for thousands of years. Bruce says calmly. Wrestling is effective. Absolutely. I incorporate grappling into my training. But martial arts addresses different situations, different ranges, different. Mad Dog cuts him off. Different situations, like movie situations, choreographed situations. I'm talking about real situations. Two men, one winner. Wrestling settles that every time. The audience is uncomfortable. This isn't fun banter. This is getting aggressive. Johnny Carson tries to steer away. Let's talk about Bruce's upcoming projects. Subscribe. Turn on notifications. Like the video and comment. More true Bruce Lee stories are coming. Mad Dog leans forward. Talks over Johnny. Looks directly at Bruce. I'll tell you what. You seem like a nice guy. Small guy. But nice. I don't want to hurt you. But if you really think your kung fu works against wrestling, we can test it right now. Bruce stays calm. This isn't the place for that. This is a talk show. Entertainment. Mad Dog laughs. See, that's what I thought. All talk. No action. Martial artists are all the same. Big claims, no backup. Bruce's jaw tightens slightly, but his voice remains steady. I have nothing to prove to you. I teach serious students. I don't perform for audiences. Mad Dog stands up. The audience gasps. This is live TV. Unscripted. Mad Dog walks toward Bruce, looms over him. The size difference is absurd. Mad Dog is 6'5", 320. Bruce is 5'7", 135. Mad Dog has nearly 200 pounds on Bruce. Johnny Carson stands. "Gentlemen, please. Let's..." Mad Dog reaches down, grabs Bruce's shirt collar with both hands, yanks it hard. Bruce's head jerks forward. Mad Dog's face is 6 inches from Bruce's. "Prove it right now. Show me your kung fu works against a real man, a real wrestler, right here, right now." The studio erupts. Audience members gasp. Some scream. Security starts moving from the wings. Johnny Carson is yelling, "Mad Dog, let him go. This is assault." In the control room, the director is panicking. This is live TV. Assault happening on camera. Potential lawsuit. Potential violence. Someone makes a decision. Cut to commercial. Cut the feed. Now. The studio screens go black for viewers at home. Emergency commercial break. Millions of viewers see their screens suddenly cut. No explanation. Just commercials. But in the studio, the cameras are still recording. Security is rushing the stage. The audience is standing. Some people are leaving, trying to get away from potential violence. Johnny Carson is trying to separate them. Bruce hasn't moved yet. He's sitting there, Mad Dog's hands still gripping his collar. Bruce's expression is calm, but his eyes are different. Focused, intense. His voice is quiet. "Let go of me now." Mad Dog laughs. "Or what? You'll do your kung fu. I'm ready, little man. Show me what." Bruce moves. His hands come up. Not to Mad Dog's hands, to Mad Dog's wrists. Bruce's fingers find specific points. Pressure points. Mad Dog's grip fails instantly. His hands open involuntarily. His face shows pain. Bruce stands. Now he's inside Mad Dog's reach. Too close for Mad Dog to use his size effectively. Mad Dog tries to grab again, tries to establish a wrestling grip. Bruce's hand strikes Mad Dog's inner elbow. Light strike. Precise. Mad Dog's arm hyperextends. Goes weak. Bruce's other hand is already moving. Touches Mad Dog's neck. Gentle pressure on the carotid artery. Not cutting off blood flow. Just showing where it is. In a real fight. That's unconsciousness. That's done. The entire sequence takes maybe 3 seconds. Mad Dog is standing there, arms weak, balance compromised, structure broken. Bruce has complete control without using significant force. Security arrives, grabs Mad Dog, pulls him away. Mad Dog is confused, shocked. What just happened? He was in control. He had Bruce's collar. Then suddenly his hands didn't work. His arms didn't work. He couldn't function. Johnny Carson yells, "Get him out of here." Security escort Mad Dog out of the building. Security drags Mad Dog off stage. He's not resisting, still trying to process what happened. His arms are still weak, still recovering from whatever Bruce did to his nervous system. The studio audience is buzzing. Talking, shocked. The crew is trying to restore order. Johnny Carson approaches Bruce. "Are you okay? I'm so sorry. That should never have happened." Bruce straightens his collar, composes himself. "I'm fine. He didn't hurt me." Johnny says, "We're going to commercial. We'll resume in 2 minutes. Will you stay? Finish the interview?" Bruce nods. "Yes. I'll stay." The commercial break ends. The cameras go live again. Johnny Carson addresses the audience at home. "Ladies and gentlemen, we apologize for the technical difficulties. We had an incident during the break. Our other guest, Mad Dog Miller, has been removed from the building. We'll continue with Bruce Lee. Johnny turns to Bruce. Are you okay to continue? Bruce smiles, composed. Absolutely. The interview continues. Bruce is calm, professional, doesn't mention what happened, doesn't escalate, just answers questions about martial arts, about his philosophy, about his school. The audience at home has no idea what really happened. They just know the feed cut came back. Mad Dog was gone. But backstage, 6 witnesses saw everything. 6 crew members, 2 cameramen, 1 sound technician, 2 production assistants, 1 security guard. They watched Bruce control a 320-pound professional wrestler in 3 seconds. Watched him neutralize Mad Dog without significant force, without losing composure. After the show, backstage, those 6 witnesses approach Bruce. One cameraman says, "Mr. Lee, I've been working this show for 8 years. I've seen a lot. I've never seen anything like what you just did. Mad Dog is massive. He's a professional, and you controlled him like he was a child." Bruce says, "He grabbed me. He crossed a line. I defended myself. That's all." The security guard says, "You could have hurt him badly. You had complete control, but you didn't. You just stopped him. That's impressive." Bruce says, "Hurting him would have solved nothing. Stopping him solved everything." Mad Dog Miller is escorted out of the building. He's told he's banned from NBC studios, that he'll face potential legal action if Bruce decides to press charges, that his behavior was unacceptable. Mad Dog is still in shock. In the car driving home, he keeps moving his arms, testing them. They work now, but for those few seconds they didn't. They just stopped functioning. What did Bruce do? How did a guy half his size shut down his entire body in 3 seconds? Mad Dog never talks about that night publicly, never mentions it in interviews, never brings it up when asked years later why he stopped appearing on talk shows. He says vaguely, creative differences. But people who knew him say he was embarrassed, humiliated, that a small martial artist made him look like an amateur on live television. The 6 backstage witnesses tell the story occasionally, to other crew members, to friends. "We watched Bruce Lee get grabbed on live TV by a 320-pound wrestler. The feed got cut. But we saw what happened. Bruce controlled him in seconds. Complete control, no anger, no excessive force, just perfect technique." One production assistant says years later, "What struck me was Bruce's composure. He got assaulted on live TV. His collar grabbed, yanked, humiliated in front of millions. And when he defended himself, he stayed calm, precise, professional. Most people would have lost control. Bruce didn't." Johnny Carson talks about the incident occasionally in private. Tells friends, "Bruce Lee is the real deal. I had a wrestler assault him on my show. Bruce handled it with more class than I've ever seen. He could have made it worse, could have embarrassed the guy. Instead, he just stopped the threat and moved on. That's character." The footage of what happened during the commercial break exists. It's in NBC's archives. The cameras kept recording even though the feed was cut, but NBC never releases it. Too sensitive, too violent for broadcast, too much potential liability. The footage sits in storage. A few people have seen it over the years. All of them say the same thing. Bruce Lee controlled a massive professional wrestler in seconds, made it look easy. That's not performance. That's skill. Years later, Bruce talks about the incident in a private conversation. "Mad Dog grabbed me on live TV. He thought he was proving wrestling was superior. What he actually proved was that size doesn't matter if you don't understand principles. I controlled his structure, his nervous system, his wrists, elbows, neck. Once I controlled those, his size became irrelevant. That night, in 1971, NBC Studios, live television, 320-pound wrestler, 5'7" martial artist, physical assault on camera, feed cut, 6 witnesses backstage, 3 seconds of demonstration that proved everything Bruce taught about effectiveness, efficiency, and restraint. The millions of viewers at home never saw what happened, just saw the feed cut, saw commercials, saw the show return without Mad Dog, but 6 witnesses saw. 6 people who understood they watched something rare, real skill, real control, real mastery, under pressure. Sometimes the most important moments aren't the ones millions see. They're the ones 6 people see, and carry with them, and share quietly, because they witnessed something that changed how they understood what's possible. Subscribe, enable notifications, like the video, and comment below which Bruce Lee moment surprised you most.